Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to discuss about frequently asked questions in ASP.NET Core. So basically it will be a combination of questions at the optimization level, some coding level, and apart from this some project level questions that are being asked in different interviews. So let us start the video. So first thing is we'll discuss about the normal question is what is caching. So again, this question comes under the optimization technique where once your web application is built, so how much optimize it. So the time required to fetch any page, the page response time should be very minimal. So in that case, we use this caching, storing the frequent access pages in a temporary memory location so that it does not require any extra effort to load that particular page. So caching is the process of storing data in a temporary storage location so that it is quickly accessed. Then the pages are stored on a server. So instead of fetching that data from the original location, it is directly served from the cache memory or the temporary location. Then we'll talk about the next one, and that is very important thing in .NET Core, that is Kestrel. Again, Kestrel is an web server, and again it's a cross-platform web server. Earlier, in all the .NET application, the web server that was used was only IIS, but since .NET Core is cross-platform, it can work on Windows, Mac, Linux. So because of that, this Kestrel web server that is lightweight as compared to IIS, though it doesn't have those functionalities because again IIS is an upgraded or it's a higher version of Kestrel. It's not, there is no relations between Kestrel and IIS, but again both are web server, and this IIS web server has enhanced functionality as compared to Kestrel. So Kestrel is lightweight and it is cross-platform. Similarly, IIS, you know that it has been since starting for all the .NET applications. Internet Information Services, powerful web server developed by Microsoft. IIS can also act as a load balancer to distribute incoming HTTP request. It can also act as a reverse proxy. So all those things you can set up reverse proxy, accept all client requests forward to an application server. Then there is a very important file that is there in .NET Core, and that is called app setting. So app setting.json, so it is a key value file. So all the configuration detail, just like your database details, then your profile detail, your logging detail, all those things, they are stored in app setting.json file in key value pairs. Then in .NET Core, there is another folder called www folder. So this www root folder, the main work of this www root folder is to store all the static files. It may be your HTML files, it may be your JavaScript files, it may be your minified CSS files and minified JavaScript files. So all those locations, all those files are stored in www root folder. So contains static files and compiled assets such as JavaScript and CSS, in which like we use some minified tool to minify it. So these are compiled assets, and this www root is the only folder in the entire project that exposed as in the browser. So directly you can expose it using this middleware. So you have to just set up the middleware to make the request step by step. Then startup class and program class, these are the two main class where it all the project specific settings, how the project will be executed, what all services it required, what all middleware it required, what all the steps will be taken in order to process the request, what all steps will be taken to process the response, all those things will be taken care by this startup.cs file and program.cs. So program is again just like in Java you have public static void main. So again this program is again the main, just like we have In console application, we have the main function. So this will be the entry point for all our application, and ASP.NET application starts in the same way as a console application. Then we have a very important thing, whosoever is working in .NET, this NuGet package manager. So just like in Node we have npm package manager, in Python we have pip. Similarly, if we talk about Linux, we have sudo apt. So using that, we installed all those packages. We have this NuGet package. So all the inbuilt library DLLs that we want to use in our application, we can install this using this NuGet package manager. So it is an integral part. So whether it is entity related, any NuGet package, SQL related, connection related, so all those packages are stored in NuGet. Whatever is the requirement of a particular application, we install that using NuGet. So software developers don't write all codes from scratch. Basically, they rely on libraries of code written by other developers. Any modern development platform must provide a mechanism where developers can download and use existing libraries. And this NuGet, this provides the mechanism through which you can use the existing library. Instead of rewriting those, you can directly use an already tested library package module and include in your project. What is the purpose of .cs project file? So CS project file is the project file rated file. So it contains the detail about all the dependencies that are there for that particular project. So it is one of the most important files in our application. Basically, it tells .NET how to build the project. And when we say how to build the project, means it should have details of all the files, all the dependencies, all the modules, all the packages. Based upon that, the application needs to be built. So when you run .NET Restore, it uses .cs project to figure out which NuGet packages. So whatever NuGet packages you are installing, so the reference of those are also stored in .cs project file. And based upon that, once we are going to compile, it downloads this NuGet package. So which NuGet package to download and copy to the project folder. The CS project file also contains all the information of .NET tooling tools needs to be built the project. So again, it includes what target framework. So whenever you are compiling, you should understand like the project has all the details, then package reference, what all NuGet packages that is required. So target framework, SDK attribute, the package reference element includes NuGet packages, about their versions and everything. So this is all about a few of the questions that are being asked in for .NET interview questions. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And thank you for watching this video.